most part, God honors our free will because he made us to be free agents. That's part of what makes us humans and so valuable to God. Our love coming from a voluntary heart is what's so precious to him.
Yes.
If it came from a robot, it's like, well, how precious would that be?
Yeah.
But it comes from a heart that's fought through all the resistances and said, I want to love you anyway. Because first of all, how many times have you loved me? You won my heart. Whatever. And I was going to say, so God honors free will. That's a really, really, really high priority. But it does seem like once in a while, he supersedes it. Think of Saul on the way to Tarshish with murder in his heart. And God struck him to the ground. And then he instantly knew, Lord, what is this, And so then God just says, or Jesus actually says, why do you kick against the goats? Okay, so that was not on Saul's agenda that day. He kind of got apprehended, right? So once in a while, God does apprehend us. Most of the time, he does stay within honoring our free will. And I would highly, highly recommend that we do that. I hesitate saying this story. I'm not going to say any details. But there have been once or twice where I knew the will of God over in a person's life. And the person had already stated that they agreed with the will of God. And then a certain something happened in their life that made them waffle. And they were going to bow. They're going to bail. And I felt like the Lord, it's like, okay, here I am. He gave me this long arm, so to speak, to come around and just gather them in. You've got no choice today. So it's coming out of your mouth or coming out of your spirit, but it's like the long arm of the Lord come around Paul, and that one day, no, enough's enough. This is the day. So there have been a few occasions where I've reached into a person's inner being, and I told them what their answer needs to be. Now, I realize that's shaky ground, and it's very, very, God does it once in a while, but not very often. And these people were close to me. They were very, and there was no friction. There was nothing between us. So this wasn't animosity, vindictiveness, revenge, nothing like this. It was all in the context of love. Really, very much so. Leanne knows at least one of the stories real well. And so, anyway, my point is, when we come into these areas, I think, first of all, we want to honor free will, but what can we do that supersedes from the mountain of the house of the Lord? What can we do that we know is in God's will always? He's not willing that any should perish, but that all, okay? So that's his overall will. We stay in that, we're going to be saved. And when we get down to maybe more specifics, that's where you really, really, really want to have some track record and know that you're hearing from the Lord. Is that okay?